Hola, estudiantes. Okay, so here we are again. We are going to attack part 2 of the subjuntivo. First of all, remember that yesterday we said that now we're going to have 2 clauses. So in the indicative, where you were talking about facts and regular things, you were saying, like I said yesterday, this is a mirror. Esto es un espejo. Yo quiero ir a la fiesta. I want to go to the party. You're saying things that are facts. You're saying things that they only have one subject, no 2 clauses. So now we're going to talk about things that you want someone else to do, that you express your influence to someone else, or you're saying, I want you to do this. In the case of the party, I want you to go to the party, for example, okay? What's the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence? The first one, I'm saying, yo quiero ir a la fiesta. Notice, I left it in the infinitive, okay? We've already touched that subject when we were doing the indicative, and you're basically saying, yo quiero ir a la fiesta. Now, with the subjunctive, we're going to say that I want someone else to do something. Yo quiero que tú ... a la fiesta. That space, I want that you go to the party, that is the one that will be in the subjunctive. This is the one that you're going to learn in the book. In the case of ir is an irregular, so I don't want to scare you away yet. Okay, that's why I said ... but that verb would be in the subjunctive. For example, if I want you to speak Spanish, hablar, which is a verb that's regular, and we've already seen it in the introduction yesterday. Yo quiero que tú hables español. See? First clause, second clause. Always with that que in the middle. Again, yo quiero que tú hables español. Let's do one now with bailar, dance. Yo quiero que tú bailes una salsa, okay? Bailes en la fiesta, eh? So you are saying, and this could be someone else. It could be you want me to dance or she wants you to dance. The question is that in these 2 clauses, you're changing subjects, okay? That's the first part. In the book, they give you a few verbs, like for example, I advise you, yo te aconsejo. I tell you in the sense of command, yo te digo que bailes en la fiesta, eh? Insisto en que bailes en la fiesta. Yo te pido que vengas a la fiesta. May I ask you that you come to the party. Now notice that these are all wishes, preferences. So that's why they call them verbs of influence. Muy bien. Second part. We also have these impersonal expressions that say things like it's necessary, okay? It's important. Let me see how many they give you. It's better. Es preciso. Preciso is actually not precise. It's one of those false cognates. So es preciso means it's essential. Es preciso que hagas la tarea de español. So it's essential that you do your Spanish homework, okay? So these also will go with es preciso, es necesario, es importante, with a person, okay? If you don't say the person who is necessary that this person does the homework, for example, and you just say, it's necessary or it's important to do the homework in general, okay? Es necesario, infinitive. Hacer la tarea. You're not saying who has to do the homework. You're leaving it in this generalization as in it's necessary to do your homework to learn Spanish. Es necesario hacer la tarea para aprender español. Muy bien. Well, now I'm going to go to Zoom and I'm going to show you the page like I did yesterday so that we can actually see a little bit more. Not only you see my face, but you see the book, which is more important, okay? Hola. Okay, so I'm just gonna share the page that I have for the book. There you have it. Okay, so now let me just show you what I was saying. See, for example, in this little cartoon here in the book, it says necesitan que los lleve a casa. Says the policeman. I wonder if I can make this a little bigger. Yes, I can. Okay, hold on. Yes, there you go. So he says, do you need me to take you home? See, this is the example of what I was saying before. Do you need me to take you home? So there are two people. They're saying, do you need this from me? And notice the que in the middle. Muy bien. Now let's look for the annotate. I'm just going to make this a little, oops. Between changing the annotate and the, that is the one thing that, okay. There you go. Oops, too small. Okay, that's better. Let me get the annotation like yesterday. Okay, I know that you guys, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm actually looking for the little icons. Okay, so here you go. These are the verbs that I was telling you before. Aconsejar, decir, desear, insistir. I'm sure that you already know this, but for some of you that, you know, I don't know if you've ever tried, but that you guys know that you can click on it.
Necesitar.
So you can actually listen to it. So you know that, right?
Verbs and expressions of influence.
So anything that's in orange, you can click on. Okay, I'm sure you already know this, but anyway, so here is where it tells you what I was saying, that Carmen quiere que yo vaya. Vaya is one of the irregular ones. The verb ir turns into vaya. There aren't that many regular ones, so that's the nice thing about the about the subjuntivo, that it doesn't have too many regulars. So here, for example, it says, mi novia desea que yo recoja, from recoger, las maletas. At the end of this lesson, we will look a little bit at these changes that we have here. Actually, let me just take a little, see this little change here, recoja. Notice that recoger, because when you're doing the exercises, sometimes you ask me, which you have more than one attempt, of course, so you can try it, but notice the stem changes that you have, the spelling changes you have when you are actually switching to the subjuntivo. For example, this is one, recoger, that's usually with a G. Now with the A, turns into J. Now, this is very easy. Let me just actually type it here for you. The spelling for GE and GI is 99% with G. So the E and the I, G, G, right? And then with the J, ha, ho, hu, the A, O, U is with J, okay? So that's how it works. And if it were, this was a blackboard, I would actually separate it like this, This spelling with the sounds is usually the same, E, I, A, O, U, okay? It's always the same. Let me give you another example, which we actually have in, for example, I know, C and C. So I pronounce it TH because I'm from Spain, yeah, C. And then, but if you want to do that TH sound or S in Latin America, so that would be C, and then Thazozu. Okay, Now remember that I said like I'm from Spain, zazo, su, se, si, okay? But in Latin America they say se, si, zazo, su. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out how to go back to the drawing. Okay, so then next, and again, we're gonna go to these spelling problems in the previous page of the book, and I'll just show you what I mean. Now, this is the impersonal expressions I was talking about. Es bueno, es importante, es imposible. Now, notice here that you have the que, don't forget that. And then pasemos la frontera sin pasaporte. In this case, you're included in this sentence or in this action, but that's okay, because with these ones, impersonal expressions, you just need to have a person, a subject, you know, whether it's you, whether it's us, whether it's they, because in this case, the impersonal expressions, it remains in the infinitive only if you're not saying who. Okay, so you're saying it's good to go to the movies on Saturdays. Let me just scroll down, because I think they give you one here, you know. Just erasing this. See, for example, it says here, es mejor conocer la ciudad a pie. It's better to know the city on foot. Okay, you're not saying who. If you were to say this about someone else, you would say, es mejor que usted conozca la ciudad a pie. Okay? And then it tells you next, last but not least, sentences that using verbs like aconsejar, decir, pedir, and recomendar, and sugerir, they just remind you that they have the indirect object pronoun here. Okay, because you're saying I recommend to you, le aconsejo, I advise that you swim more, but I advise you, indirect object pronoun. Anyway, they just remind you because, you know, it's important. Okay, so here is the spelling changes that I was talking about. I just wanted to go over this a little bit. There's the irregulars. Because of this part here and this part here. This part here, it shows you some of the spelling changes, and it has a little bit to do with what I was typing before of the e, I, a, o, u. Okay, so what happens is that here we have verbs like buscar, the end, for example, in car. Notice, buscar, okay? So I do k. The reason being of the spelling changes is that whatever you have in the infinitive, that sound, ka, buscar, you need to keep it all along in the conjugation. Therefore, when you're going to say, I'm going to type it for you. So you have buscar. So now you're going to say, when you said yo busco, I find, so you said yo busco, still k, okay? The sound is the same. Now, you're going to say, ... que yo, so somebody wants me to find something, que yo, que yo busque. Now that que, you can't say this. If you say that, if you say that or write that, that reads busqué. That's why we need to add que. Okay, let me separate this to show you. Que yo busque. That QUE is making the k sound. Again, let me write it for you like I said before, that you have ka, ko, and ku. Let me put it in a column like I did before. Ka, ko, and ku. This is the k sound. Ka, ko, ku, and then to make ke, ki. And this is the reason why. Right? Now we are going to do the same with all these others. See? Llegar, to make the g sound, llegue. Empezar is just a question of spelling that basically, like I said before, is the the, thi, thazo, thu. Okay, so tazo, thu, this, see, thar is spelled with a Z, and with E is spelled with a C. Let me just write the llegue also. Ga, go, gu, ge, gi. See? Let me see if I can move this. No, I can't. Okay, so ga, go, gu. I don't know how to move it, but that's okay. You see it, right? Okay. Ga, go, gu, ge, gi. Yeah? Okay? This is driving me crazy because I can't move the thing. But let's erase this. Okay, good. And last but not least, you see this little heart that's like dark green? They call this the boot, because it just shows you that basically, so that you remember that, you know, that usually nosotros and vosotros doesn't change. Remember that when we had the indicative, we said I think, you think. So yo pienso, tú piensas, él piensa, pensamos, pensáis, piensan. That had the boot shape also, because nosotros and vosotros usually doesn't change when it comes to stem changes, okay? So we're going to have the same. The only difference is that the stem change is a different stem change. So as you can see, the AR and the ER, the only thing that it does really, remember that pensar. Yo pienso, tú piensas, él piensa, pensamos, pensáis, piensan, and devolver. So the AR, I'm sorry, and the ER, they keep those same patterns that we did before. The one that changes a little bit is the ones that are in the IR. So like it says here, the IR stem changes, they do the same stem changes, but what happens is that the nosotros y vosotros forms, they change. So let me give you the example with the present tense. The present tense, the regular one, the indicative one, was yo siento, tú sientes, él siente, and then sentimos, sentís, sienten. Do you remember that? Okay, so now instead of sentimos with an E, sentís, it's going to change to sintamos, sintáis. So you just have to remember that basically the stem changes, the pattern is the same, but the letter that changes, let me just get to the, is this one. This is the one that's odd now, okay? And with dormir changes to you, okay? So yes, there are some other changes. Yes, there are different ones, but the good news is that there aren't that many. Okay. And here, that's the best news, is that these are the verbs in the irregular, in the subjunctive. That's it. Okay, so that's the good news. Dar turns into de, estar into esté, ir vaya, saber sepa, and ser sea. There's some more and more advanced, but don't worry about it. These are the main ones, okay? There's basically just some that actually kind of do the same thing as saber, but you'll see that in intermediate or advanced if you take it. Hopefully you'll take it with me. Okay, so that's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions, and by all means, just email me or post your questions, because you know I love to explain things, okay? Have a good weekend.